All right, in the month of June, I lost $12,000 as a 19-year-old, and I ultimately had one of the hardest months in the business, and I didn't even realize it. And in this video, I'm going to break down exactly what I did wrong so you don't have to lose $12,000. And if I didn't know this, I would probably lose hundreds of thousands of dollars in the future. But now I've solved it, and I'm also going to walk you through exactly what I used, how I fixed this. It's in terms of finance, and also tracking numbers, and also solving a churn issue. So last month, I lost $12,000 of like profit that should have went through me. And ultimately, I also had a 36% churn. And that is including pauses. That is not only like clients leaving. Clients leaving, we only had one client like really leave. But then we had a lot of pauses, which ultimately was because the product was not good. Now, it's still not the best, but we've already made huge improvements. And in this video, I'm going to break down exactly, again, how I solved this, because right now we are on track to be way more profitable. In the end of the month, last month, I almost broke even if we're talking operating expenses. I'm going to show you all of that. And yeah, let's dive into the Miro board. So I'm going to be looking here at my screen. I'm going to show you guys exactly what happened, why I lost 12K, how I lost 12K, and all that stuff. So this is also kind of to document the journey, and you can see that running a business, sometimes it's sunshine and rainbows, but sometimes it's shit, and you lose money and you learn. But there's two reasons. I would say 2 to 3 reasons. The first reason why I lost money, why I lost 12K, was tracking. Now, again, as my other videos, when I speak about these things, you already know this probably. If you run a business, you already know that you should track numbers, but are you really doing this? I'm telling you, please track your numbers, because if you're not doing it, you don't know what's going on inside of the business, which is so bad. It's so bad, and you don't even realize it. So we didn't have the proper tracking. Now, with tracking, the biggest thing was actually finance tracking. So I'm going to name that FT, which is finance tracking. Really hard to, again, draw on the computer, but finance tracking. So I didn't know what my actual margins were. I didn't know my profits. I didn't know what we were paying in labor, what we were paying in marketing. I didn't know anything. And I just looked at my money at my bank account saying, oh, I have a lot of money, let's spend. Well, that's not what you want to do. I started tracking my numbers, and I realized that this was like June 20th, June like 21st, 22nd, I reviewed everything and I realized, shit, I'm down 12K. I've lost 12K this month. And the first thing is finance tracking. I didn't have my numbers, so I made decisions based on feelings and not based on data. This is very important, because if you're making decisions based on your feeling, then the days where you feel like shit, you're going to make impulsive decisions and you're going to lose money, and it's not going to be good. So finance tracking, that's the number one thing. Now, in your finance tracker, all right, so in my finance tracker, this is what it looks like. So I deleted all of my numbers just because this is insights on the business. Maybe I'll show it in the future. But this is the finance tracker that I now use. And we are creating a couple of more things, like being able to see based on departments and stuff. But now, essentially, we're tracking income, operating expenses, total dividends entering, and then total expenses, net profit, gross profit. We're tracking all of the expenses based on this. So like gym take home, self-improvement, traveling, processing fee and taxes, overhead, labor, marketing. So we can basically see the amount and also the percentage. Same as this, like the June, how much we're making. And then since last month, so we will basically be able to see if we made an increase or decrease. And then also we can see based on the expenses. So, okay, if we're growing the revenue by 20%, but we're increasing the expenses by 50%, that means that I'm not making more. We're just making more in revenue, but the profit is less. So we're calculating all of that. And then we basically have sheets that connects all of these. We're going to track more in terms of the finances. This is just like the actual finance. But yeah, I basically built this out and I realized, whoa, this number right here was negative. There was a negative number and it said minus 12K right here. And I was like, what is going on? So I'm profitable, which is fine. I'm very fortunate to have, I was prepared for it because I already had a lot of money in the bank account. So 12K didn't affect that much, but you still don't want to be you still want to be profitable. You want to build a business that actually makes money And also when you're profitable, when you have more cash in the bank, you can make decisions based on data and not on feeling again. So that was the situation. Here's the finance tracker. If you want to copy it, just copy it. I can maybe link finance tracker, or I can link the thing down below. To be honest, it's not done yet, so I don't know if I want to give you guys this, because yeah, I would say just take some inspiration. When it's done, I'll... All right, so that's the first thing. Finance tracking. The second thing that will kind of also stopped us was also normal tracking. So like all numbers, all numbers. So let me show you the sheet. All right, so I basically built out the brain of the business. I spent one weekend and I built this out. And in here, it's basically connected to the finance trackers and also some other trackers. And then I basically have one of our team members go in and fill this out now weekly. I filled out everything because I wanted some context. And I was like, whoa, our numbers are absolutely terrible. So the whole idea of this is to basically have a brain of the business with all of the numbers. So you can see we're tracking literally everything. Now there are going to be more things that we're tracking. This is just the start. But basically finances, you have the dashboard connected from the copy of this basically. And then essentially you have all of the sales. So you can see new partners, how much you're spending in ad spend, the CAC including commissions, how much you pay your closers as well, LTV to CAC, new cash, average cash collected, pitches, like cost per pitch, show ups, cost per show, like all of those things. Cash collected ROI including commissions, PPA, active partners, that is pay per appointment basically. Partner onboarding, how many are we onboarding, total active, basically tracking churn, LTV. Then this is red because we didn't really have those numbers because we're moving our master fulfillment to Airtable as of right now. But yeah, you get the idea. Now, when I filled this out, this was one of the problems. We didn't have all of the numbers. Now, when I filled this out, I realized another problem that was probably the number one most important problem that I've ever faced, and that, shit problem. And that was that we had a 36.8% churn. Now, for the people who run a business, you know that the word churn is something we hate, and having a 36.8% churn is absolutely terrible. And I didn't know that my churn was this high. I thought my churn, I'm maybe 7-8%. This is why it's so important. The human brain always want to think in the best case scenario. Track your numbers, be humble, and track so you can know this. Now, 36.8% is so high. This is the most valuable thing that I've ever learned. And I will actually show the document that I showed to my, not my entire team, but on the operation side of my team to solve this, because we needed to solve this ASAP, and we're already making improvements, which is awesome. Now, I'm going to bring this up real quick. Okay, so this is the document that I showed to my team, and I encourage you to implement all of these things, because if you have a high churn, or if you don't have a good product, just implement those things, and you don't have to lose $12,000. You don't have to lose more. You don't have to lose anything. Well, maybe you will lose something, but who knows? So as you can see, churn 36.84%. Why was our churn so high? Well, the reason why people paused or left is mainly because of the quality of the consultations. Like, we had high cancellation rates, reschedule rates, and no-shows. And also the quality of the consultations were really, really bad. And I personally know, this is what I say to my team, I personally know people with in our niche with a sub 5% churn. And they're not special. We can do it better than them. And this is basically the reason why our churn was high. First of all, we had discounted rates on the front end with lower tier projects. Now, this is something that works really, really good in indoor remodeling. But for outdoor remodeling, I was so determined on making it work. But to be honest, most of our clients, they do projects that are $50,000, and our ads did not attract those people. And we get people looking for the cheapest price, hoping it to be free, and it wasn't working. So this was the first thing. The ads, they were bringing in shit quality leads. Then also, low friction to fill out the information. We had lead forms, sometimes with automatic filling, which makes Facebook get leads that are not good whatsoever. We also scheduled appointments and didn't confirm them. So we didn't reschedule, do anything with them after. We just hoped and pray that they showed up. And we have not been making sure that they're actually good for the time that they have. And we didn't have any confirmations that they're still good for the appointment over SMS, voicemails, emails, nothing. If they didn't respond, we wouldn't cancel the appointment. We would just tell our client to go out there. Now, this made our clients not happy. They went out to appointments with people that are not qualified because our script was, to be honest, really, really, really bad, which we've implemented a new one and it's already so much better. Yeah. Also, no clear structure on credit/billing. Everything is billed in the morning CET manually by me, and I don't keep track. I didn't keep track on when people needed credits, leading to people being pissed because they're charged for appointments that didn't show, canceled, etc. No good way. I'm running the business, and then I'm going in and I'm just looking at how many appointments we're booking, and I'm just charging. Now, that's not good because our partners, they should only be billed for the quality appointments that we're actually scheduling in, which is now fixed. Again, all of these things we're actually fixing. And it's very important that I started tracking my numbers, because if I didn't start doing the finance tracking to then get curious and track all numbers, and then if I didn't realize that my churn was this high, I never would have done this and I never would have learned this. Also, the right hand is not talking to the left hand. We do not have a clear, structured onboarding process and a good way to get ads redone, update, or enough SOPs on how to fix partner problems. When a client wants to pause, update the ads, etc., we don't get it done fast enough, and we haven't been communicating enough with the clients. Now, also, it's like the team hasn't been speaking to each other, so we implemented specific boards now, and specific forms that we can fill out when this is done, and also an automated a complete automated onboarding process is now on the way as well, without me being involved at all. And we had the biggest problem a business can have. And the good thing is, when we fix this, we will have a sustainable way to scale, fix problems, and we can actually get our partners good results. And this is what I told the backend team. Here's how we will fix the problems. So we have a huge list on everything that we wanted to get done. And I'm not going to read through all of these, but you can pause the video and look through them if you'd like. But yeah, this is basically what we're implementing. And we are now on track to getting more better leads. We've already seen an increase in the quality of the leads, which is awesome. And we're going to keep reviewing this document until all of these things are checked out. And we are going to solve the churn. And the goal is to get the churn down to sub 10% and then sub 5%, and then even less. So yeah, that's the churn. That was a real big issue. And this is like, running a business is hard, but please track your numbers. So many people told me to track my numbers, and I was like, yeah, I'm tracking them. I have an idea, but you're not actually tracking them. Make an SOP, follow that SOP, and you have to be able to see all of the numbers like this relentlessly, no matter what. You have to be able to see this. And I can actually share this one down below as well, if I remember when I post this. But yeah, that was pretty much it. Finance tracking all numbers, realizing that we had a big churn. And then the way we fix this is by making a list with the entire team and implementing. I can't write. But implementing. That's how we'll solve it. And next video I post, we will have a lower churn, we'll have better quality leads. And this month, no matter what's happening, I'm profitable. It's already fixed. And yeah, that's pretty much it. See you soon, guys. Let me know if you have any questions. Connect with me on Instagram if you run a business. Let's go.